Hello friends, welcome to SSP Math. Today we are going to start a new unit, that is unit number 3, higher order differential equation. Now our syllabus contents are homogeneous and non-homogeneous linear differential equation of nth order and its solution, method of variation of parameter, operator method for particular integral, solution of certain types of linear differential equation in which Cauchy's and Legendre's differential equation given. So these are the content of syllabus. Now after learning this unit, you will be able to solve the higher order linear differential equation with constant coefficient. Also you will be able to apply the method of variation of parameter to solve the non-homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficient and convert Cauchy's and Legendre's differential equation to linear differential equation with constant coefficient. So let's start. First, our unit is higher order differential equation. So what is meant by differential equation? Differential equation is already learned in 11th or 12th standard. So suppose one equation given here, x plus y equal to 1. So is this differential equation? This is not differential equation, this is linear equation. So when we say that this equation is differential equation, if you take its derivative, means suppose if you differentiate this, then we will get x plus dy by dx equal to 0. So such type of differential equation is called as, or such type of equation is called as differential equation. Now what is the difference between this equation and this equation? So in this equation derivative involved, in this equation derivative is not involved. So how we define differential equation, from this we can say that any equation which involves derivative, that is called as differential equation. And what is meant by linear differential equation? Linear means degree 1. How we find degree and order of differential equation? We know that degree of differential equation is the degree of highest derivative that appears in the equation. For example, here d2y by dx square plus 2 times dy by dx plus y equal to 0. This is one differential equation. Here highest derivative is d2y by dx square. So degree of this highest derivative is 1. So we can say that degree of this differential equation is 1. So this is the linear differential equation. Okay, because degree is 1. And how we find order of differential equation? That is the order of highest derivative that appears in the equation. So order of highest derivative is here 2. So order of this differential equation is also 2. Our all problems is on linear differential equation. So linear means degree 1. So our syllabus contents are homogeneous and non-homogeneous differential equation of nth order. Okay, so first we will define linear differential equation with constant coefficient of order n. So how we define that? An equation of the type a0 d raised to ny upon dx raised to n plus a1 d raised to n minus 1y upon dx raised to n minus 1 plus so on plus an into y is equal to f of x. So here this a0, a1 up to so on an are all constants. So such type of differential equations are called as linear differential equation with constant coefficient, because here coefficients are constant, that is a0, a1 and an. Now we have to find solution of this linear differential equation. This is say equation 1. Now how we find solution? For that we have to use differential operator capital D. Now what is capital D here? Capital D stands for d by dx. Now if we take capital D is equal to d by dx, then d square, how we write? This is d square upon dx square. Same d cube is equal to d cube upon dx cube up to so on d raised to n is equal to d raised to n upon dx raised to n. So this is the differential operator d. If we operate on y, means if we operate d on y, then capital dy becomes dy by dx. capital D square y becomes d2y by dx square, capital D cube y becomes d cube y by dx cube, up to so on d raised to ny is equal to d raised to ny upon dx raised to n. So using this capital D, we can write equation 1 again, that is a0 d raised to ny plus a1 d raised to n minus 1y plus so on plus any is equal to f of x. Okay, now from this if we take y common, then we will get a0 d raised to n plus a1 d raised to n minus 1 plus so on plus an into y is equal to f of x. So this can be written as, means that is in the form of phi of d into y is equal to f of x. So this is equation 2. Now here f of x is any function of x. Now our topic is homogeneous and non-homogeneous differential equation of nth order. Here phi of d is a polynomial in D and degree of that polynomial is n. So when we say that this equation is homogeneous if right hand side is 0, means if f of x is equal to 0, then we can say that phi of d into y is equal to 0. This equation is called as homogeneous equation, and if f of x is not equal to 0, then that equation is called as non-homogeneous equation. Okay, now how we find the solution of homogeneous equation and non-homogeneous equation? First we will take solution of non-homogeneous equation. So phi of d into y is equal to f of x is given non-homogeneous equation. For solution, first we want auxiliary equation. Now what is meant by auxiliary equation? Here this polynomial phi of d, if we equate with 0, so phi of d equal to 0, this is called as auxiliary equation, in short AE. Okay. Now complete solution of equation 2 is y is equal to complementary function plus particular integral, CF plus PI. In short, CF means complementary function and PI means particular integral, or some people write here YC plus YP. Now how we find YP, that is particular integral? For particular integral, formula is 1 upon phi of d into f of x. Okay, now in homogeneous equation f of x is 0. If f of x is 0, then pi is always 0. Means what is the solution of homogeneous equation? Solution of homogeneous equation is only CF, that is y is equal to CF, and solution of non-homogeneous differential equation is CF plus PI. Okay, now for how we find complementary function first. So for complementary function, first we have to find roots of auxiliary equation phi of d equal to 0. Now you think about the roots. What are the possibilities of roots? There are 4 cases. First possibility is if roots are real and distinct, means some equation has real roots, some equation has imaginary roots. Okay, so first case is if roots are real and distinct, then how we write complementary function? Means suppose m1 m2 up to so on mn are the roots of auxiliary equation phi of d equal to 0, which are real and non-repeated. Means m1 is not equal to m2 is not equal to mn, then complementary function can be written as c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus so on plus cn e raised to mnx. So this is very important formula. If roots are real and non-repeated, then means if m1 to mn are the roots of auxiliary equation phi of d equal to 0, then we can write CF is equal to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus cn e raised to mnx. How we decide here number of arbitrary constants c1, c2, cn? That depends on the order of given differential equation. Here phi of d is our auxiliary equation, its degree is n, means order of given differential equation is n, so we have to take number of arbitrary constant n. If order is 2, then take 2 constant. If order is 3, then take 3 constant. So this is related to first case, that is if roots are real and distinct. Now second case is if roots are real and repeated. Means suppose m1 is equal to m2, means first two roots are repeated and remaining roots are non-repeated, then we can write CF is equal to c1 plus c2x into e raised to, either write here m1x or m2x, because m1 and m2 both are same, and remaining roots means m3, m4 up to so on mn are non-repeated. For that we can write c3 e raised to m3x plus so on. Suppose first three roots are repeated, that is m1 equal to m2 equal to m3, then we can write CF is equal to c1 plus c2x plus c3x square into e raised to m1x plus so on, plus for remaining roots. Okay, in this way, suppose all roots are real and repeated, means m1 equal to m2 equal to mn, then standard formula how we write, that is CF is equal to c1 plus c2x plus c3x square plus so on plus cn x raised to n minus 1 into e to the power m1x plus so on. So this is related to real and repeated root. Okay, next possibility is if roots are imaginary. If roots are imaginary, then how we write CF, means suppose imaginary and non-repeated. Again there are two cases. If roots are imaginary and repeated and imaginary and non-repeated, means suppose alpha plus minus I beta are the roots. Alpha plus minus I beta are the roots of auxiliary equation phi of d equal to 0. Then we can write CF is equal to e to the power alpha x into c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. E raised to alpha x into c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. Suppose again two roots are there, alpha 1 plus or minus I beta 1, so which are non-repeated, then add here plus e raised to alpha 1 x into c1 cos beta 1 x plus, means not c1 c2, here c1 c2 is already used, so take next constant, that is c3 cos beta 1 x plus c4 sin beta 1 x. Okay, and last possibility is if roots are imaginary and repeated. If roots are imaginary and repeated, means if alpha plus minus I beta occurs twice, means total कितने root आए 4. If alpha plus minus I beta occurs twice, then CF is equal to e to the power alpha x into c1 plus c2x into cos beta x plus c3 plus c4x into sin beta x. So this is the fourth case, means if roots are repeated and imaginary, then we can write CF using this. Now I am again repeating, first case is if roots are real and non-repeated, means m1, m2, mn are the real roots and which are not equal, then CF is equal to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus so on cn e raised to mnx. If roots are real and repeated, means suppose first two roots are repeated, that is m1 equal to m2, then we can write CF equal to c1 plus c2x into e raised to m1x. If first three roots are repeated, that is m1 equal to m2 equal to m3, then we can write c1 plus c2x plus c3x square into e raised to m1x plus so on. In this way we can write general formula for nth root. Okay, if roots are imaginary and non-repeated, means if alpha plus minus I beta are the roots, then CF is equal to e to the power alpha x into c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. Here suppose 1 plus minus I, these are the roots. So how we write CF? 1 plus minus I equate with alpha plus minus I beta, so we will get alpha equal to 1, beta equal to 1. Put here, if we put alpha equal to 1 here, then we get CF equal to e raised to x into c1 cos x plus c2 sin x, this way. and if roots are imaginary and repeated, means suppose alpha plus minus I beta occurs twice, so total 4 roots are there, then we can write CF equal to the power alpha x into C1 plus C2x cos beta x plus C3 plus C4x sin beta x. So in next video we will take some problems on complementary function. Thank you.